Hunter, and Coin Halo Gaming is on the air, and I'm your host, Triforce Hunter. And today we have something I've been waiting for like a month and a half. We are going to take our first look at the newly released Gradius Origins. Now, this game is going to be packed with practically every Gradius game outside of the arcade version of Gradius 4, Gradius Gaiden, and of course my old-time favorite Gradius is Gradius 5. But we're going to see all of the actual Gradius games here, going from Gradius 1, 2, 3, all different versions. And then we're also going to be taking a look at the old school ones, Life Force, which was released on the NES back in the day, as well as its counterpart that was known in Japan is called Salamander, which they have made a sequel to that game called Salamander II, which was a Japanese release only in particular arcades. But the bonus to this whole thing on top of that is that we actually get a Salamander III, which is aka Life Force 3. And when was the last time we saw a Life Force game? Like, for real, we haven't seen a Life Force game since the first one. It is what it is. But before we go in and rev our space engines and get on out here, we're gonna go in and say hi to everybody in the chat. But first, we're gonna congratulate that amazing Ragdoll raid. Come on in, Ragdoll. River Song coming in with that amazing raid. Welcome in, Tilly. Ragdoll River Song herself with her amazing and gorgeous self. Lavender Haze Plays coming in on that raid. Katie, the Yarn Addict, is coming in on that raid. Welcome in, guys. Much appreciate you guys coming in on that raid. Thank you so much again. And we have one of our amazing new content creators, Queen J Love Gaming. If you guys have not checked her out already, we just recently helped her get to 1,000 subs. Big shout out to you. Many hearts to you. Glad I was able to get you guys helped out to 1,000 subbies. So again, keep on rolling. Keep doing what you're doing. And we gonna keep it moving. They were playing some amazing Red Dead Redemption on their channel. So guys, if you have not checked them out, I'm gonna try to drop their link in the chat here real quick, just so that way you guys can go over there and check her out. She's absolutely chill and super vibe. I went over there and stayed in on her streams while we were getting her to 1,000, and it was just amazing. And apparently my shout out does not work because she has an emoji in her amazing name. So give me just a second here, guys. I'm gonna go over here to thy other computer, and I'm gonna grab her link real quick so you guys can go over there and check her out. If you guys like what you see, please by all means go over there, show her some love, drop a subby for the new buddy over here, and I'm gonna give her the new spill. Hold on a second, real quick. Hold on real quick. Yes. Go check out this super chill content creator, because she is amazing. She's just absolutely amazing. So we're gonna go over here and drop her link right here in the chat. And by the traditional ways, I would go and do it and say, hey, listen, go show some love to Queen J Love by clicking on the link right over there and drop a subby for my buddy. Leave a like on their latest video, comment on their latest stream, and of course, if you like what you see, as I said before, drop a subby for my buddy. And if you want to be notified whenever she goes live, all you have to do is tap on that bell, and it'll give you a ring-a-ding-ding when she is on the stream. Now, jumping into the chat here real quick. Forza Wagdan, how's it going, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Jessica, how you doing? Welcome in. Magic, how's it going? Big shout out to Magic, celebrating 9 months in the Coin Hunter Guild. Greatly appreciate the love and support you've been showing for these long 9 months. Guys, give me some hype in the chat for the amazing Magic. Celebrate that 9-month milestone. Ooh, let's go. Who else we got? We got Red Ball 4 coming into the chat saying hi, everyone. Yes, how's it going, my friend? Welcome in. Glad to see ya. And then, of course, I've already mentioned all the amazing, awesome raiders, including Princess Pineapples. I couldn't forget about her. How you doing, Princess? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Lay Monster coming into the chat saying, yo, what's good with you, my friend? Welcome in. Thank you so much again. I really appreciate it. No, the honor is absolutely all mine. Absolutely all mine. Feel free to come back in and hang out with us anytime, J Love. You know you're going to be welcome here. Guys, if you have not also checked out Ragdoll River Song, as well as the amazing Lay Monster, you know what? You guys need to go check them out. Lay Monster is a absolute VTuber extraordinaire, and Ragdoll is just the amazing, gorgeous, cozy gamer that does a lot of Animal Crossing and other cozy games. If you guys have not checked them out, drop in their links in the chat where it says Hey, listen! Go show some love to Lay Monster or Ragdoll River Song by subbing to their channel by clicking on the link right over there. Leave a like on their latest video, comment on their latest stream, and of course, if you like what you see, drop a subby for my buddies. And again, if you want to be notified if either of them are on live, just tap that bell and you get a ring-a-ding-ding when they are on the stream. Now, moving forward, as we welcome Game Geister coming into the chat saying, dang, I'm late. You're not late because you're a wizard, and wizards are never late. We're going to welcome in our Raiders real quick, and then we're going to jump into this game. So, for right now, welcome in Raiders! And again, Ragdoll River Song, thank you so much for the raid. Greatly appreciate that. And for those of you that are new coming in on that raid, as well as popping into the chat, quick introduction, and then we're going to jump into it. I am Triforce Hunter with Triforce Hunter and Koi Halo Gaming, a father-son gaming channel. We do Mario Kart every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do Mario Party every Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And every other Saturday, we do Super Smash Bros. Ultimate at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And now we're also doing Animal Crossing Cutieville Sundays. Every other Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do retro games, we do modern games, like we're about to go and play this modern game right here. And we're going to be doing some VR content coming in September. Coin is already getting it all set up, so he will be doing some VR content for the channel coming in September, so you guys stay tuned for that. If you guys like what you see as we begin the stream, be sure to drop a like on the stream. And if you don't want to drop a like on it and you want to leave a dislike, fine, do whatever you want to do, because it's just whatever what your heart desires. But feel free to check out the rest of the content on the channel. If you guys like what you see, consider dropping a subby for this buddy right here. And of course, if you want to be notified whenever I go live, or if Coin goes live, just make sure you tap that bell and you'll be notified whenever either or of us, or both, is on the stream. All right, without further ado, quick shout out to who is that? It's that Comatose Era coming into the chat. How's it going, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. All right, we're going to get started. We're going to play some Gradius Origins. We're going to see what's going on. I can't hear any of the music stuff is going on, so let me know how it sounds, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be banging, banging, banging. Terms of service for online ranking. Like, we really want to hear this. Let's just scroll down and pretend like we read all of this, all right? Because I know a lot of us do that. No, I'm not going to lie. All of us do that. And then we just go tap that button. All right, there we go. Here we are. Now, first impression is that this is definitely similar to the Contra Anniversary Collection that they released like many years ago, where they have different versions of the Contra games, as well as the same way they did with Castlevania. They have different versions of it that you can switch through, but this one's got everything on it. As you can see, we have the first Gradius. We have Salamander, which is aka Life Force here, but we also have Life Force here. Now, I'm not sure which one this one's going to be. I'm not sure if this one's going to be the arcade version that was over there, or if this is going to be the NES version. Should be both, but we're about to find out pretty soon. We have Gradius 2, which was never released here, except for in Japan on the Famicom system, which is the counterpart to the NES here in the US. Thanks for the shout out, Triforce. You're welcome, my dude. Much appreciated. Then we have the amazing Gradius 3, which is several versions of that, spanning from the arcade version, Famicom, Super Famicom version, as well as the North American SNES version. As I mentioned before, we have Salamander 2. This was only released in Japan, which I'm not mistaken was an arcade. That's the only way you can go and play it. It is what it is. Oh my gosh, who came in here with the bonk? Ooh, like, that hurts. It's okay. The bonk is wild, but thank you so much for reading the bonk. I'm excited for you to play Split Fiction with Koi and Halo. Yes, we will be playing Split Fiction on the channel later this evening, because I did pick it up yesterday. So we're going to be testing it out when he gets home, make sure everything works, and we're going to be doing some split fiction. And I'm also going to tell you, just as a sneak peek, I'm also going to be playing split fiction with another amazing content creator by the name of April Honey. We're going to be doing that as well as a collab with them. And then we're actually going to be doing that on the Twitch side. So don't expect it to be here on YouTube since we're playing it here with Coin, but I will be playing it on the Twitch side with the amazing April Honey. If you guys want to tune in that, you got a Twitch, feel free to do so. Dates will be coming soon once we get everything finalized. You're already going to know what's going to be. It's going to be absolute fun. And of course, and the amazing long-awaited Salamander 3, aka Life Force 3. We're going to be getting to that really soon, okay? Really, really soon. Carl, how's it going, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you being here. And then we got the sub menu. Let's go to the sub menu, see what they got. They looks like they got a sound gallery, they got a visual gallery, they got a Gradius guide, and they have achievements. And then you got settings, start, staff craft, staff credit, sorry, staff craft. How does that sound? And other. Well, I like to go to other. Let's see what's going on over there. Okay, boring stuff. Right information. No, we don't want to work credits. Let's look at the credit. Let's look at the settings here. So obviously we can go from English, French, Italian, German, Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, simplified, and Chinese traditional, Korean, and Japanese. Obviously, you know which one we're going to pick here. You know which one to go to pick here. Register automatically, yes, okay. Switch okay button, you can leave it where it is. All right, we're just going to let that sit. We're going to let that slide. We're going to look at the rest of this stuff in a minute. Let's get into some gameplay, right? Guess what you came for? You came here for the gameplay. Happy Thursday to all. Happy Thursday to you too. Much appreciate that. So we're going to start by playing the first Gradius, and we're going to work our way down till we get ready to play Gradius 3. Not Gradius 3, but Salamander 3, because that's the one we're going to be playing. So I'm going to be touching on each of these games for about maybe a couple of minutes or so. Don't expect us to be like playing it in depth. Maybe play it through the first level if I get away with it, but that's all we're going to do. So let's go with Gradius. And then as you can see, we have the Japan ROM, we have the Japan Bubble ROM, we got the North American version, we have the European version, and we got the North American prototype. Now, I've played most of these before, except for the bubble version, but I don't know what the difference is going to be. We're not worried about it. We're just going to play the prototype here. Now, we can play this in original mode, easy mode, invincible mode, which, you know, we don't die. Who wants to see that? Y'all didn't come to see me to go in and watch me not struggle. You came to see me struggle. Also, this is my first stream. Red Bull, thank you so much for letting this be your first stream. I greatly appreciate you being here. Oh, yikes, I don't have Twitch, so I won't be able to join. True, but you can always make a Twitch account. You always can make a Twitch account and come on through. It's all cool. Maybe later what I'll end up doing is, if everything goes well, I might actually pull those VODs and actually put them in the YouTube channel as like a rewatch type thing. We'll see. I don't know. But I'm going to try to keep it over there. Jojo Crosses comes into the chat saying, hello, spicy cutie hubby. How you doing? The better question is, how you doing? I hope you have an amazing day. I know you didn't come all this way just to watch me. And if you did, you're in for a treat. But first, I gotta pour you over here in this bucket because I'm just gonna hit you with the wink wink. You're so absolutely gorgeous. Just know that. Anyways, as I put the swagger on her, guys, if you have not checked out the amazing JoJo Crosses, please be sure to go in and check her out right over there where it says, hey, listen. Go show some love to JoJo Crosses by subbing to their channel.
You like the way I fingered you? I wasn't too rough, was I?
Pause to everything you just said.
Oh my goodness. Game Guy, thank you for redeeming Mega Pause. Bucket, please. Anyways, go over there right where it says, hey, listen. Go show some love to JoJo Crosses by subbing to their channel by clicking on the link right over there. Leave a like on the latest video, comment on the latest stream. If you like what you see, be sure to drop a subby for my buddy. And if you want to be notified whenever she goes live, all you have to do is tap that bell, and it'll give you ring-a-ding-ding when she's on the stream. She does a lot of cozy game, but primarily does Animal Crossing. So if that is up your alley, please, by all means, go over there and tap that subby. You're going to love it. Anyways. Oh my goodness. Coyote, how's it going, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Let's jump into the original mode of Gradius here and watch me suffer. Oh, I gotta press X to put a coin in. Ah. Okay, we're gonna just put like 1 or 2 credits in here and pretend like we know what we're doing. Okay. I can't pause this. So I see that we have the information up here on the left, as well we got some stuff on the right telling us what stage we're on, all that blasey boo. And there we go, we're gonna speed up here, we're gonna kill these creatures and do what we do. We're gonna try to get powered up. You know, simple, right? Just simple. I think this will tell me how many near misses I have, which I kind of guess I get a bonus for. I guess. Who knows? All I know is I'm gonna get this laser real quick and just go to town. Yes! What you gonna do? Yes. Now, you know what we're always gonna do when you play any kind of Gradius game. You always go for the options. Or multiples, as they like to call it. Oof. Ah! I slapped my stuff. Oops. Okay, so this also has a rewind feature, too. Apparently, this has a rewind feature. But we're not gonna use that, because we're pros, right? We're just gonna die, and just die a lot. Not a whole lot, because we're not gonna be on this thing the entire time. It is what it is. We're gonna get some missiles here, speed up there, and then we're gonna get another speed up, because I'm gonna tell you guys, if you've never played a Gradius game before, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be in for it, because this game is not for the faint of heart. It's hard. It's really hard. You think flying around a ship shooting stuff is just easy, but no, you got coming at you at all times, like right now. It's like the introduction to bullet hells. I mean, I'm probably sure this is the reason why bullet hells exist, if you ask me. But, you know, I don't think anybody was asking me. They were just like, shut up, try. Just play the game. Oh my gosh. I'm getting whacked out here. It is not cool. Gonna grab some lunch? No worries, Ragdoll. Grab that lunch. Get your eat on. Definitely get your eat on. Because, you know, you can't go through this game, you can't go through the day without eating. And apparently I just died. So, okay, whatever. Alright, let's see how I get out of here first. Can I get out of here? It says you use continue feature. Yeah, whatever. Cool. We're gonna back out of this. So, go back to the start menu. Yes, I don't give a darn. I don't give a darn. Let's go. We're gonna back out of this. We're gonna go to Salamander. Now, I'm wondering. Now, this has got two different versions. It's got the arcade version, two different arcade versions, and then it should be a Famicom version that's in here. I'll have to see what they offer. Sounds interesting. Red Bull says, Jojo, well, you can play Dr. Mario, Mario Tennis, The Legend of Zelda, Mario Kart, and loads of other good games. Yes, that is absolutely cool. Off the top of my head, Jojo, they have the first 3 Mario Party games and Mario 64. If I'm not mistaken, that is accurate. That is accurate. All right, we're going to check out, just because I'm familiar with it, we're going to check out the North American version of Life Force. Which I'm kind of wondering. I wonder if, okay, no, this is the arcade version. So that's what I thought it was going to be. It was going to be the arcade version. Because it's stupid hard. But not like hard. The difference between these two games is actually the story and the gameplay. So if I'm not mistaken, the Japanese version is a little bit different. You're actually fighting the usual, you know, hey, interplanetary invasion, does whatever, yada yada yada. Where in this particular version, you're actually fighting like within an actual snake, in a sense, that's actually swallowed planets, and you're going through its different systems before you just ultimately just take it out. All your power-ups actually just sit out there. You can just pick them up as you need. No need to go in and get capsules to power up. You just pretty much go in there and just start shooting. You know what I'm saying? You just go in there and start shooting. Which is, I feel like this is like my favorite version of the game outside of the Nintendo version. But I do like the NES Famicom version of it because they kind of pretty much incorporated the arcade version, which I'm playing right here, as the actual version, and a lot more more animations in the background, which is actually pretty cool. We should be able to get past the first stage of this, no problem. Yeah, here comes all the teeth and the gooey stuff. Yes, whatever. We're gonna speed up here and just kind of get past all of that. There's a lot going on in here, and if you're not like on your P's and Q's, you will get owned. Oh, look at that! I got a high score. Imagine that. It's not like I'm a pro at this game, right? No way. Triforce being a pro at a shooter game? Nah. And here comes Profile FB coming into the chat. Probably gonna be not so productive. Probably not gonna be productive. Probably just gonna be more of a comic relief, if you want to put it that way. No, I'm just kidding. What's going on, Profile? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well on this amazing Thursday. We're playing that brand new Gradius Origins. And you already, and if you come in here talking about some Winnie the Pooh, I swear I will send you to the nether regions of the nether world, aka the Shadow Realm. Mystery Gaming, how's it going, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Now we're getting ready to fight our first boss here, which is a big brain with hands. And it's, oh Jesus! Why did you come in at warp speed? That was easy, right? That was easy. Too easy. A little too easy. Cool thing about this game is if you lose a life while you have multiples, you have a few seconds to try to get them back as many as you can, and then keep on fighting. But once they go off the screen, well, you're pretty much SOL. That's pretty much what it is. So, yes, fun stuff, right?
Cannot be destroyed.
Now we take the big brain, right? See, just like that. If you don't get there in time, well, you're just gonna be. It's gonna be 2. Whatever you want to put your hands on. And there's a lot going on in this screen, a lot. And I'm probably just gonna play this just a little bit because I wasn't expecting to move that fast through this stage. Hey, look, it's another multiple. Yay! Oh, hey, look, it's another multiple. Yay! We like those. Who doesn't like multiples? I'm just putting it out there. Anybody in the chat that likes multiples, whether it be this or multiples of themselves. Because honestly, if I had multiples of myself, I don't think the world will be able to handle that. Like, multiple of me running around, that's kind of crazy. I mean, I already got 3 kids, and there are my multiples, so yeah, I think I'm good. Denny, how's it going, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. What's shaking, Megan? At school, he was a bully? Yeah, no, I was far from it. I was the quiet kid, actually. I was the quiet kid. I was the one that you had to kind of look out for. Back then, you didn't have to worry about quiet kids because they were just like, oh, this guy's quiet. We can pick with him. And then it's like, yeah. Back in the day, the quiet ones were the ones you didn't want to get in a fight with because no telling what will happen. All right, we're going to go back to the menu because, you know, we're doing too much. Let's see. We're going to go back out of here. That's the Japanese version, so we're not going to even look at it. It's the same thing. Now, this one is the NES version. We're going to take a quick look at that one. Yes. Try, can you play Battletoads, please? Absolutely not. Nope. Not gonna. Okay, this is not the NES version. This is yet again another version of the arcade game. Well, not the arcade. Well, it is the version of the arcade. This is the other one with the alternate storyline, where you have to actually do the traditional powering up of your stuff. Yes. As you can see, it's the same stuff. Play Mario Lost Levels? I already did. I've already played Lost Levels, Kenny. I did it during my last Mario Marathon, where I played Mario 1 through 4, including the Lost Levels, as a bonus. And I died approximately 164 times, according to Game Guy, when I did do that. Because he kept count. I think everybody in the chat kept count. I don't know why. They just found it humorous. Jesus. Not dying. Dying is not cool. I do like the way they have everything set up. However, I'm a full screen person. I'd like my stuff to be like, I want to see everything. But this is cool, though. This is cool. Got a nice little background, and I'm dying. I'm going to get one of my multiples back. And yes, we're just getting it. We're just getting it. Yes, that's what we're doing. We're flying through. We're not trying to die. It is what it is. Koifish Gaming, how's it going, my friend? Welcome to the stream. What's going on with you, my dude? If you guys have not checked out Koifish Gaming, you should do so. If you have not checked out Mystery Gaming, you should do so. I think I'm going to get Game Guy there to go in and drop his link in the chat. Mystery Gaming has actually 2 different channels. He actually has a channel where he plays various different types of games, and he actually has a channel where he actually cooks. And I'm telling you, the man can cook. He can cook. I'm just saying, you might be a little hungry. I don't have a link to his cooking channel, but I'm pretty sure if you go to his gaming channel, you will find the cooking channel. And you will not be disappointed at all. We're going to go and take this guy out and do what we do.
Let him cook.
Let him cook.
Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
We're going to use pulse laser just to get a little something different. This one moves a little slower. Oh, and I died, and we're just gonna shoot him in the eye. That is what it is. Cool. All there is to it. And as you can see, the difference between the other two Salamanders and Light Force games I've played, this one's more of a bio style background. It's again, you're dealing with a lot of organic backgrounds and definitely some pretty good old school graphics for what it's worth. So if you guys grew up on this kind of stuff, you're definitely going to be interested in playing this, and just be ready to waste invisible quarters. It is what it is. Now, moving on to the next one. Diamond, how's it going, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Next Top Gun going to be called Top Gun Triforce? Yeah, no, absolutely not. Actually, I'm kind of interested. I'm wondering where. I want to know where the other versions of the game are. I see these, but like, where are the other versions? I wonder if this is it. I wonder if this is one of the other versions of Salamander. I think I'm hoping that's the NES one. It is not. It looks like a lot of these are all the arcade ones, which is cool, which is fine, but I want the classic, daggone it. I want the classic. Alright, so we're gonna skip past that. Actually, you know what? Let me see something real quick. Let me see if I press start or something. Wait a minute, it says LR to scroll text. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's nice. But I'm wondering if you gotta unlock this stuff. Okay, I guess not. This one just has just that. And this one does not say, let me see, let's look at the manual real quick. Let's look at the manual on one of these things. Ooh, you can move your ship with this. Not bad. Change pages. Okay, so this obviously is the arcade version. I don't know when they're going to let me have the NES version. I don't know if I have to unlock it, but it is what it is. So Rulion, how's it going, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. And Silver Cream Cookie, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are having a happy Thursday. Arcade versions cost like 20 bucks per playthrough. I mean, if you had the 20 bucks, it is what it is. I mean, imagine how many coins you guys dropped in like games like The Simpsons, Aliens vs. Predator, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. I mean, X-Men, for crying out loud. Yeah, we know we were pumping them quarters. We're gonna play Gradius too. Now, I actually recently played this like maybe several months back. And I ended up not playing, I think I ended up playing the arcade version first, and then I didn't pass it, so I went back and actually played the NES version, which I'm pretty sure they're not going to have that. Vulcan Venture is the North American version of it, but we're just going to play the early Japanese version of it, because it's still going to be the arcade. It is what it is. Simpsons Final Boss took at least $5. Absolutely. Absolutely. We're doing a ROM check, guys. Hang on, we're doing a ROM check. We're getting it in, all right? Gotta wait for this thing to warm up. You know, gotta treat it like a lady. You gotta be like, gotta warm them up first before you just dive in and play. Pause. All right, so you can go in and select your weapons. We're just gonna go with this one, and we're gonna go with the shield setup. Not like we're gonna go far. I love how they put the song names right down there in the corner, so you kind of know what you're listening to, which is actually amazing for those of you guys that are like game music enthusiasts.
Pause.
The pause is wild. Absolutely wild. Check some Error 420. Yeah, man, it was smoking something. It was. Hashtag too lit. Daggone it, and I already died. Oh man, enjoy your lurk, Denny. Much appreciate you being here and be happy on that lurk. Hope everything goes well for you. And we're just gonna. How is this stuff splitting all over the place? That's wild. Like, yes, we're gonna go all different directions, Triforce. You can't shoot us because your aim is just craptacular. Well, it is what it is. Ooh, you're gonna just self-destruct. There we go. Haha. Look at that. Now, I like that. I like this version. Nice little arcade. You know, you already know when it's arcade, it's gonna have bumping graphics. It's going to have bumping graphics. And this thing is literally spitting fire. And I died. Welcome back, game guy. Always happy to be here. Appreciate it, man. Really do appreciate it. All right, we're gonna try this again. We're not gonna get far in this game because, you know, we're not trying to do everything. We're saving it for the grand finale of playing Salamander 3. I'm really excited to play that. Really, really excited to play that. And we're only gonna play a little bit of that game because I might actually do a let's play of that once I finish it, and then be like, all right, we're gonna get into it, guys. We're gonna do this. full disclaimer, don't anybody in the chat let Dairy Daughter know that I'm back in space again, because she will lose her absolute mind. Like, I'm surprised she didn't see this and said, you know what, I'm coming into this chat because Tri-Father is just being absolutely bonkers. Yes, I am back in space trying to save the world, one planet at a time, and it may or may not be working. Just saying. Because here on the channel we have a saying. It's for the content. That's what we do. Die. Thank you. We're going to get our options. There we go. Or options, multiple. They call it options here. Sometimes they call it multiples. Whatever. Pick your favorite saying. Okay? Tomato, tomato, potato, potato. Okay? That's what we're going to do. Bro. Oh my gosh. Really? Hashtag for the content. Absolutely, game guy. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. It is hashtag for the content. And why are you guys out here already spitting hot balls? Like, please, I don't need that. My ship is fragile, and it's not French. But it does sound like that, though. He is back in space to save the planet. I mean, it depends on what planet we're talking about, because there's multiple. We got a lot of games on this thing, and it could be anywhere. I have to see if I can get a hold of the physical copy of this, because I missed my opportunity through limited run games to actually get this game pre-ordered. So I'm hoping that Amazon or Best Buy will pick this up so that way I can grab it and it be what it be. Then came the Genesis. Yeah, the Genesis. The only thing Genesis was known for was Sonic and other games, but it is what it is. I wasn't a Genesis guy. I really wasn't. I wasn't a Genesis guy until like 5. Okay, well, I just died. It is what it is. Force Air Triforce, that does not make any sense. Does not make any sense. Hey, I can put my name in. I can put my age in. I'm 10 years old. That's how old I am. I'm a male, and you can call me TF something. How about we're gonna go TFH? There we go. That's what we're gonna do. TFH. Triforce Hunter. There we go. And then now you get the blasting game over screen. Whoop-de-doo. Tell me something I don't know. Back to the menu again. Try Eartheon? I need to try that, actually. I saw you had a stream where you were playing that. I need to play that. I hear it's bonkers. I hear it's bonkers. Already have the stream version and got it loaded on my Mega EverDrive Pro. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see. So we got the Japan old, Japan new, Asian version, and Japan AM version. So we're gonna play this one because it's gonna be the arcade. It looks like all of these are arcade versions. Every last one of them is arcade version. I need to figure out where they gonna put the NES version, because if they don't put the NES version in here, I'm gonna be kind of mad, because that's a classic. Like, I don't get that. How you not put that in there? Nice background picture. There we go. We just jumped right to it. We're gonna edit our power-ups. How about that? So we're gonna start with a homing missile, and then we're gonna go with the tail gun. We're gonna go with the crusher laser. Options, obviously. We're gonna go with a force field, and in the event of a case emergency, we're just gonna go with reduce, so we can just be smaller.
Destroy them all.
All right, so this is Gradius 3, which is actually really, really cool. I like the Super Nintendo version, to be perfectly honest, because it seems to hit better. The music definitely hits better than Super Nintendo, but you know, again, everybody has their own preferences. But I'm pretty sure this sounds somewhat okay. And speaking of sound, how's everything sounding out there, guys? Let me know. Warning, something's coming. Really? I mean, I love the warning, don't get me wrong. I do love the warning. And then it just suddenly just slowed down. We'll go ahead and get our options in here real quick. Wow, we're just going at a creepy crawl slow. Like, can we not? Well, I like it, but can we not though? Like, for real.
Speed up.
Oh, I forgot. I got to hold the button to actually shoot both missiles and my gun. I forgot about that because, you know, we don't do things simple. We don't do things simple at all. We're going to shoot the sand lion. Say that 3 times fast. And we're going to get powered up here real quick. Come on. Come on now. Come on. We want that laser. Let's go. Laser. That laser going to be where it's at. Laser is... Oh my gosh. Woo, that was close. Now this stage is actually a little different than what I'd known it to be. That's actually something new. There's a lot more going on over here than what used to be in the versions I played before. So actually liking this version. I might actually play this version through. Not today, but maybe for future content. But for now, we're just gonna see, whoa, what the hell is that?
Multiple.
Why is it coming? Fudge! Anyways, arcade game is not easy. It never is easy. They definitely be like, yeah, we want all your money, and we're definitely gonna make it not easy as possible.
Speed up.
Why did y'all just send all... Oh man, the frustration already. The frustrations already.
Missile.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so get this. Don't get shot. Kill that. And run away from that. That works. Okay, cool. We're actually gonna get double here. It's not gonna do us any good, but it'll definitely shoot these peoples that are coming behind us. Because we don't want that. We want them to like go away and not bother us. Much like a sibling that just never goes away after you tell mom. They just keep coming and keep bothering. What the oh my gosh. Gotta love the game overs, guys. Gotta love the game overs. GI counter? Oh, I wonder what that is. I wonder what... Hey, I can put my name in again! Look at that! We're lucky today. 2 games I can put my name in. I'm a celebrity! An absolute celebrity. Not really. I'm just Triforce. That's all I am. I'm nothing awesome. I'm nothing great. I'm not a cutie. I'm just Triforce. And the arcade Gradius 3 is known for its difficulty. Yes, it is absolutely known for its difficulty, which I do need to play it through and just be like, rough my way through that one. All right, so we're gonna jump out of that one. We're gonna check out Salamander 2, which should be really easy because that's like one of my other favorite games. It just, I don't know, they don't have that many. I'm gonna go invincible mode. Let's try invincible mode, just because, you know, because why not? Maybe next time you could put in GG for game guy. I mean, we could definitely do that. We're gonna put like 50 coins in here just because. And it just said, all right, cool, get in there and have fun. Now, just to test out invincible mode, yeah, I'm totally just not gonna die. Totally not gonna die. Just because we're just gonna check this out. Because we don't want to die all the time, right? We don't want to die. We just want to, you know, do whatever. But I like the invincible mode now that we have checked it out. Because now, if you're new to the game, you can actually just kind of play through it on the easiest mode possible, other than easy mode. And then actually experience the game for what it's worth. Get a feel for it, and then go in and dive into the difficulty as you may know. If you know, says Game Guy. Salamander 2 is such a gorgeous game with a banger OST. Absolute facts. Absolute facts. When I first played this game on the, well, I think it was the Gradius Collection on the PSP, and I was hearing the banger songs that it was putting out, especially the remix of Power of Anger and, I forgot the name of the other one. It was Planet something. I forgot what it was called. But it was basically the fire stage from the original Life Force, and that was absolute banger. I had to get that. So when I got that, when I found that soundtrack, I was like, I'm all over it. I'm all over it. Ad counter number 2. Oh my gosh, it's the ads. The cool thing I do like about Salamander 2 is that when you do have your options, you can actually charge them up, and then you can actually use them as actual projectile style weapons. The only downside to it is when you do that, you get the smaller options, which then are just smaller. So when you get them back, it'll just be one that circles around, but then if you collect a second one that's small, then you get a full-size option. Royal Rush, how's it going, my friend? Welcome to the stream, hope you're doing well. Gradius 5 for the PS2 was an awesome sequel. It is the best Gradius game, in my honest opinion, and it's also one of my favorite Gradius games. I actually played Gradius 5 on the channel a while back, and even with its, how can I put it? Even with its ease of play and control, it was still somewhat difficult when you get to the later stages. So it's still amazing, and the soundtrack was a banger in that game too. Absolute banger. Excuse me, there's just stuff in my throat. Pause. We're not going to take that out of context. But this game is actually, believe it or not, even when you don't turn invincibility mode on, this game is actually pretty easy. Believe it or not, the way this game works, I don't know if it works the same way in the arcade version, but I know in the collection that you play on the PSP, and the one that they had on the Gradius collection on the PlayStation 1 system that was only released in Japan, when you play this game, you can actually continue as many times as you want in the game. But once you finish the game and go for the loop 2, the instant you run out of min, that's it. No continues, no nothing. You're just, start over. Which is a bummer because that's when all the good music kicks in, and then you don't get to hear anything else unless you're just good. It is what it is. But, you know, we're going to play this game kind of all the way, not all the way through per se, but we're going to play through and get some stages because this game is just fun. Yes, great shoot 'em ups in general. Yes, absolutely. Gradius paved the way for shoot 'em ups. Absolutely. They're like, you mention a shoot 'em up to anybody, and they're going to be like, first thing that's going to drop out their mouth is Gradius or Life Force. One of the two. Unless you're like a new generation where you played like, you know, stuff like Raylight or Thunder Force or something like that, then it's going to be something completely different. Which Thunder Force is actually really good too. I need to actually play that. I actually own it, but I've never played it. But it is an amazing shoot 'em up game made by Working Designs. So if you guys have not checked it out, hopefully pretty soon I might actually try playing that, because I am actually thinking about playing some PlayStation 1 games, which I already do in a sense, but probably gonna start playing some more. Probably gonna start playing some Sega Saturn games too. Thunder Force 3 and 4 are sick. Yes. Yes. Again, haven't played it, but everybody speaks highly of the Thunder Force series. R-Type is another awesome game, but if you don't want to pull your hair out, I don't recommend playing it because it will make you pull your hair out. What other game was out there that I would always play? It would always be Gradius, Life Force, Super R-Type, or R-Type in general. I need to play Thunder Force. I need to play Raylight. And there was another shooter game that was actually really good that I needed to play, but I haven't got around to playing it yet. But Ray Force, that's what it's called. I keep calling it Raylight. Ray Force, yes, absolutely. Thank you, Cerulean. And Einhinder. Einhinder is absolutely maddening. Einhinder is absolutely maddening, but it is a bussin' game. It is absolutely bussin' game, and the soundtrack is just even more bussin'. Bussin', as they say. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I'm like dodging everything. I can't be killed. It's just like, just fly through. Just fly through, Travis. Just fly through. But I mean, the graphics in this game is freaking phenomenal. Like, why did they not put this overseas? Over to the West. They should have put this over to the West. This game would have been a banger. This game would have been a banger. But luckily they did put it on the collection that you can go in and do. Hyper Duel, nice. Life Force was super creative. You literally fighting against body cells and stuff. Yes, absolutely. And that's, like I said, there's two different versions of that. One of them is you're actually flying inside a snake, in a sense. And then the other one is just pretty much just, you know, you're saving a planet, which has been infected by a, pretty much a bacterium, and it's caused the planet to become, you know, an actual life form itself, or an organic fortress, which is actually the canon storyline for Gradius, because that's all it is, just the Bacterian Empire actually going out, sending out what would have been called Zello cells, which are basically the Zello cell is like the last boss in Life Force, or Salamander if you actually play that. And once a planet actually becomes infected by the Zellos, it actually turns the entire planet itself into an organic fortress. Therefore, you have to fight your way through it. Nice bit of trivia for you guys. If you guys did not know, they actually did do a 3 series OVA of Salamander, which were based upon the first Salamander game, Salamander Gopher, well, not Salamander Gopher, but Gradius Gopher, and what was it? Gradius Interstellar War. All 3 of those games are all based on that. All the ships were in it. Vic Viper, Jade Knight, all that stuff. All those ships were in there, as well as some classic music from the game that was actually played in the OVA as well. You can't really find it these days on VHS because that was the only way you could get it, and of course it was not translated. But somewhere on my computer, I actually do have the fanned translation of the actual 3 videos, and they're actually pretty amazing, especially from the way they start up. They literally start up practically like the game. It is just so freaking cool. In the Salamander anime, they turned the president into the brain final boss from the first Gradius. Yes, because that was their whole thing. They would go in and take the most highly intelligent person and actually make them like the hive mind. Actually, in one of them, actually, it's basically one of the commanders was actually taken into the black hole, and then they were infected by the bacterium and then became the final boss of the game. That's kind of the storyline from the OVA, from what I've gotten from the translation, which is actually really cool, and it makes sense. If you play Gradius Rebirth, on the other hand, it does give you the same kind of storyline, but it had to deal with the Doctor, and it was pretty much the same story. It was on YouTube, but I'm not sure if it's still available. It's probably not, but you probably look around and get it. Just like a lot of people may not know that there was a Ninja Gaiden OVA that they released, and that was pretty ballin' as well. So if you guys have not checked it out, you probably want to get on YouTube and go search out Ninja Gaiden OVA, and you might be able to find it. It should still be up there. I had it bookmarked. Last time I looked at it was about 6 months ago, and it was still up there. But you know me, I went in and ripped that bad boy just in case, because you know, content does get pulled. It does get pulled, and it doesn't stay up there long. I don't know why I'm worried about this. Like, I can literally sit here and talk to you guys, just be like, hey, we're just gonna talk about this game while I fly through everything, because I can't be killed. Gradius for the Advance was a good one too. Yes, the Gradius Galaxies was actually really good, but holy was that hard. Like, the control style was pretty solid, like all the other shooter games that they had come in the series before it, but man, the checkpoints were wild. If you got killed and you lost all your power-ups before you got to the boss, you were stuck at that boss with just default stuff. And you may have an opportunity to get some power-ups, but the best you were going to get was pretty much a speed up and some missiles. That was the best you're going to get. And then you had to take that boss out with your default weapon. They were cheap, and they weren't lying. They were cheap. Gradius Rebirth borrowed a bit of the mythos from the Gradius MSX games, especially with David Burton and Dr. Venom. Yes, that's the one I was talking about, which would have made that the first American appearance technically. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Look at me nerding out with everybody knowing my Gradius stuff. Look at that. I love you guys. I love nerding out with you guys talking about stuff. As you see, I like the series. I do, and I try to get as much lore as I can off of it. Believe it or not, some of you may or may not know that there were several spin-offs to the Gradius series, which one of them was Life Force. But did you guys know the Game Boy game called, what was it called? I want to say Solar Fighter is what it was called. It's actually a spin-off of Gradius. Believe it or not, it is actually a spin-off. I don't know if the Solar Fighter was the name of it or not, but Boktai, yes. These games are fun, J-Love. They are fun, but they do require some skill. They get harder as you progress. I mean, if you play Contra, you already know. If you play Contra, you know the further you get, the harder it gets. But these games, Contra's a little, I would say in my opinion, Contra's more forgiving. Especially the first one is more forgiving on the difficulty than this game. This game doesn't give a flying what skill you're at. It's basically like you get past the first stage, they're cranking up the difficulty. They're like, here, F it. Take it. Gyros for NES was also a awesome game from Konami. Yes, Gyros was another good game, which was, unfortunately, they couldn't release it back during the day because they had to follow by stipulations of only releasing a certain amount of Nintendo games at a time, but based on their contract license. So Konami found a way to get around that by actually making a sister company called Ultra, which again allowed them to go and release more than their limit of 3 games per year. That's a lot of nuts.
That'll be $4, baby! You want fries with that?
Yes, I would like fries with that. I like fries with my pound of nuts. Pause. Thoughts on Abadox? Abadox was actually a hidden gem, believe it or not. But okay, pardon my friend. Holy shit, was that game hard. The controls are tight and the freaking backgrounds to navigate through were tighter. So you had to be precise in that game. But it was an absolute fun game. It was an absolute banger of a game. Believe it or not, I kind of slept on that game back when I was a kid, and it wasn't until I was like maybe 14. No, I'm sorry, take that back. When I was about 16, 17, when I actually found it in a pawn shop and said, you know what, I'm gonna pick this game up and kind of play it because, you know, it was made by Milton Bradley when they put it out, and, you know, I wasn't too fond of Milton Bradley style games because, you know, I was unfortunately exposed to the port of Cabal, and that shit was ridiculously hard for what it was worth. So I was like, I wasn't sure if I was going to enjoy it, but believe it or not, I did enjoy it. It was a very fun game to play, both with the code when you use it for invisibility as well as when you don't, and it was very satisfying. And I love the final sequence of you having to get out of there because it was just like, yeah, you don't get to shoot shit, but you got to get out of there. Like, yeah, dodge this stuff. And it gets faster every time you got your way out of there. Not going to say too much because it would be spoilers. Like I said, Abadox, I like that game. It's definitely one of my other favorite games I like to play. Right up there next to not Gradius, but Gyruss. Gyruss, I will sit up and play until the cows come home. Literally, I will play that game until the cows come home. Because that game is just so freaking fun. That was one of the many few shooter games I used to play back in the day when I used to rent games from like Blockbuster, Video Wonderland, and stuff like that. It was actually a fun thing. Me and my younger bro love Cabal, maybe because we played in 2 players, which might change the experience. Yes, me and my brother also play Cabal 2 players. We got a lot further in the 2-player version than we did the actual 1-player one, but it was still ridiculously hard. Eric Allen, how's it going, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Eric's coming in here saying yes. Apparently, we're playing a game that they like. We're playing a game that they like. We appreciate that. We're taking a first look at Gradius Origins there, Eric, just in case you just popped in and didn't see the title, which I'm pretty sure you did, but I'm going to say it anyway. And we're just giving it a good pass. But we decided to play this game all the way through because, oh my gosh, this game is like a freaking banger. It's a banger. And it's just stupid easy. Like, you can keep continuing on the first loop, and it just, like, who cares? It's just like after you get killed, it's like, yeah, it is what it is. Don't forget Crisis Force as well, another interesting game by Konami. I recently played Crisis Force for the first time, and holy fooya, that game is hard. That game is hard. That was recommended to me by my sister Slonko. She's always recommending games, but she had found a content creator that was actually playing it, and she was like, hey, why don't you try playing this game? It's not that hard. You should be able to beat that. I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. That final boss, retarded. That final boss was retarded. It was just too much. Too much. Now, any other time I'd have already died by now. Like, this guy's just gonna be cooked. How about 2 Battle Mania games and a Grey Lancer? I've never played Grey Lancer. I've seen it, but sitting out there, I think I may actually have Grey Lancer because I remember seeing the trailer for Grey Lancer, but then I was like, I never really actually sat down and played it. So I actually think I caught it on sale for like $3 or $4, and again, just never played it. Nothing could be harder than Barbie Horse Adventures. Just kidding. You weren't kidding. You know that for a fact because you played it. Just recently rebought Salamander Deluxe Pack Plus on the Saturn II. Yo, let's go. I love that, by the way. I love that. That was where I first played this game. It was that. But they had it for PlayStation, but you only could get it in Japan. So it was what it was. Oh my goodness. I can still play. Eric, have you played Gradius Gaiden? Because that game is actually a bussin' game too. That is an absolute bussin' game. Renee, how's it going, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I should have worn my cowboy hat today. Instead of just being nice and shaved and clean, I should have just worn my cowboy hat. I should have did that. Oh my goodness. Can we skip this? No? Yeah, we can. Cool. And then we get the banger music. You get the banger music. Just be quiet. Let y'all take that in. Just let y'all take that in. I know. This remix is so freaking magical. Like, you get all the way through and you get to this first stage and this hits your ears and you're just like, Life Force all over again, but better. Speaking of better, did you guys know they actually came out with a mobile game of this? It got leaked. They were pretty much developing a mobile version of Gradius. Oh, not sorry, Gradius, but Salamander for the mobile devices. But somebody leaked it, and it was still in its I want to say it was still in its beta phase. But they leaked it. It was really good for what it's worth. But for the life of me, I cannot find the APK for that file anywhere because I'd love to play it. Like, I've been scouring the net like all over, hoping somebody would like answer my, you know, my forum post like, hey, does anybody have this? Can I get this, please? I'd love to play this. But the music in there was actually pretty awesome too. So true, don't let the cute graphics fool you, for real, for real. There's also an R-Type mobile game. Yes, I heard about the R-Type mobile game. I need to check that out too. I really do need to check that out. Can I kill this thing? I should. No, he's just gonna chomp on it because he's hungry. He hungry. Twin B is another game that will raise your blood pressure 100%. Yes, holy shit! That game will put you in a grave someplace. I've played through. I think it was the one for the Super Nintendo that I played through, and even then I was just like, when does this damn thing end? Like, it just keeps going. I'm gonna try to play this game, this particular game. I'm gonna try to play it up until, it's called Planet Radis. That's what it's called. So I'm gonna try to play this game all the way up until we get to the stage that is the Planet Radis version of it, and then you guys can listen to the Planet Radis remix, which is the Fire version, the Fire Stage remix. Oh my God. Talking about bumping the soundtrack in your car as you ride down the road, I'm bumping that all day. And folks don't know what I'm playing. They're like, hey, what do you listen to? You listen to some video game music. I'm like, yeah, you uncultured swine. You don't know what I'm listening to. I'm listening to the best music that you'll ever hear to grace your ear holes. Oh my gosh. Fun fact about me, I love video game music. I love it. I've always loved it since I was a kid. I used to take my Fisher-Price first tape recorder. I would always put it up to the speaker of my TV and record like music from like Metroid and Mario and any other game that I had that I actually liked. And then once the tape stopped, I would flip it over, do some more, and then at night I would put the recorder like right up underneath my pillow and then let it play. And I'll be listening to video game music as I sleep. Just, look, my childhood was golden. I don't care. If y'all childhood wasn't like that, y'all missing out. Y'all were missing out. I'm an absolute video game music nerd. If I could get away with it, I'd probably say I would have like terabytes beyond terabytes of soundtracks from games that I love to listen to, game music that I love to listen to. Even some of the newer games that have been coming out, especially from these indie developers, man, their soundtracks be bumping too. The recent one I'm actually listening to that I enjoy the most is Beyond the Ice Palace 2. Love the music in that game. The music in that game is freaking awesome. There was another game that I played that I liked the music to. Chronicles of the Wolf. The music in that was awesome. Definitely gave a lot of Castlevania vibes in that game when I played that game all the way through. So guys, if you have not played Chronicles of the Wolf, it is out now for the Nintendo Switch, Switch 2, PlayStation 5, Steam, and I believe it should be on Xbox. I'm not really sure how much it's going for. When I picked it up, it was about $24.99. Maybe it'd be less, but you know what? If you keep your eye out, you might catch it on the good sale. Poppin' Twin B, oh my gosh, Poppin' Twin B is just stupid. It's stupid. Not like stupid bad, like stupid. Like, it's crazy. It is like super crazy. There's a lot going on over there. I believe Twin B was like the blueprint for bullet hell games. That's what that was. Like, cause there's a lot of stuff going on over there. But some of the other games, like the Gradius series, those games are wild too. If you haven't played any of the Gradius games, those are amazing. The one that came out for the Xbox, I think it was, God, I forgot what it was called. I think it was Omni Gradius or something like that. But it was basically like the chicks are actually flying on the ships, as the shoot 'em up, and it had remixed music from all the different Salamander and Gradius games, kind of mixed in. That game was bumpy, but you had to get like all the extra DLC and the music DLC just to listen to it. But still, they did it justice by throwing it back. They did justice by throwing it back. For example, the bells you shoot refuse to give you power-ups. I know, right? They'd be like, here's some points for you. No, I want power-ups. Why are you being mean to me? Why? You're absolutely being bonkers. Stop being my ex-wife and give me my power-ups. I don't have an ex-wife, by the way. Okay? I don't have an ex-wife. I've been married once. I kind of like to keep it that way, unless, you know, God willing says otherwise. But outside of that, yes, I like to keep it that way. Automedius, thank you. Automedius Gorgeous is the Japanese only one, and then Excellent is the worldwide one. Yes, it is loads of fun though. It's loads of fun. It is absolutely loads of fun. I wish they just didn't release it on just a freaking Xbox system though. That's the thing that made me mad, was they only released it on the Xbox. Like, they didn't put it on no other system but the Xbox. But, you know, it be what it be. It be what it be. Yoshi Gameplays, how's it going, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Also, the enemies stop you from trying to get your power-ups. For real, they'd be just pulling up. They'd be like, how you doing? What's going on? They did renew the trademark for Automedius, so we might get a new collection at some point. Yes, I also remember reading somewhere that they were talking about, they had renewed the license or the rights to go in and do another Gradius game, and there supposedly may be another Gradius game somewhere on the horizon. That was maybe a year or so ago when I read this article, no telling where the hell it might be, but I'm hoping it's true, because Lord, I know I would love another Gradius game. And all I ask is that if they do make another Gradius game, they make it just as good as Gradius 5. Matter of fact, they can keep it the same thing like Gradius 5, but just make it big. Or better yet, depending on how Salamander 3 goes, they can make it just as good as that. And then it's gonna be bussin'. It's gonna be bussin'. I have to say, every Gradius game they come out with, coming forward, even for the systems that they had it for a time, seem to have always gotten better and better each addition to the series that they made. So I hope they keep that trend up. I really do hope they keep that trend up. Just sucks that they could have just had Iga stay on Konami, and they could have had more Castlevania games, but you know they didn't want to do my boy right. So that's why we got games like Bloodstained and Chronicles of the Wolf and stuff like that, because yeah, why not? This is a nice remix of the MSX Gradius, its final level. Yes. Is Game Guy here? Possibly. Possibly. But I don't know why you would wonder if he was here or not. Because, you know, it is what it is. How many times I've shot... Look at that counter go down. How many times I've shot this freaking weapon. It's like, man, you shot this thing like 500 times. Now you're not shooting anything. Okay, can you come out of here now? Can you hurry up? Like, it's just going down to 0. Twin lane. Oh, that was my timer to tell me how long my power up was going to last. That's actually pretty cool. On the left hand side, it'll tell you how long you have your power up, which is actually pretty awesome. And we're just going to kill you. Yes. Actually, I'm kind of curious to see what it looks like to beat this game on the second loop. I'm actually curious to see what it looks like to be. Oh my god, this is going to be the bumpin'. This is going to be the bumpin' remix. Oh, yes. This hold on. You might hear some feedback here in just a second. Yes, that music is bumping. The banger. This is the absolute banger song. What would have made this stage even better with this remix is if they actually put the stage, like a remix version of the stage, in there. That would have been the wildest thing. I would have been cheering my face off, like when Captain America took freaking Mjolnir and said Avengers Assemble, and people just went wild. I'd have done that. I'd have threw my controller down and said, I don't care if I die. This is cinema right here. Absolute cinema. Oh my goodness. Let us get it. Let's get it. I thought I got invincibility mode on, because I'd be long since dead. We would have never heard this remix. It'd just be like, not doing it. But yes, I am curious to see what it's going to be like if I beat this game a second time. Because I've never done that before. Because, you know, the version I played was basically, like I said, once you get past the first loop, it's like, yeah, you got to be good right off the gate, because if you're not, then, well, yeah, you're not going to see squat. You're not going to see squat. Skirt. Oh man, this is crazy. The music in here is just nuts. Why they just, again, I ask why they did not release this game to the Western states. It's just amazing. Like, come on. This would have been a banger. And then, of course, the game itself, even with the game being on a console such as the PlayStation 1 and Sega Saturn, they still managed to make the sounds just as authentic as if it was being played in the arcade. It's like, it's stupid cool. Like, I don't know about y'all, but if you've never played this game on like a surround sound system, oh my gosh, you're missing out. You are missing out. It is like blasted. Yo, Mario Infinite, how's it going, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Are you doing well? You look overpowered. Yes, I'm in invincibility mode because I want to actually show the game off instead of just like dying every other 20 seconds, if that. But yeah, man, we're just going to take a look, and we're going to go in and actually play, after we get done playing this, we're going to play the new Salamander 3 game and see how that goes, and then go from there. Now, I'm not going to spoil a lot of Salamander 3 for you guys because I know a lot of y'all want to go and play it for yourselves. So if anything, I will just play the first stage, give you my thoughts and feelings on it, and we'll kind of go from there. I might actually turn my audio on over here just so I can actually hear the music and everything. Honestly, I don't have to. I can actually just go in and just... Actually, I just pull my stream up on my phone, put my headphones in, and I'll just listen to it. Matter of fact, let me do that in just a second. You know what? I'm invincible. Let me just go ahead and do that. Because putting it to kill me. Headphones in! Let's see. This should sync up to... There we go. Alright, it's sunk up to my computer. Since it's on mute, we're good. Cool beans. There we go. Oh my god, this music is just so freaking cool. Imagine if they made a Gundam game like this. Like a Gundam game that's actually a shoot 'em up. Oh my goodness. America didn't like 2D games back then. Sadly, not true. But that's what the publishers thought. I know, and they just... They just messed up. They just totally messed up. They should have just said, F it, we're going to put it out there. But see, they probably thought that because they didn't think Gradius was going to make it out there with its difficulty. So they just did that. So that's probably the reason why they probably put Life Force out there and ported that over. Because they figured that might be a little easier. But of course, by the time they went in and figured out that, hey, this is actually doing good, they were just like, oh, it's too late. Y'all could have got on that hype train earlier. Finally got my online thing fixed, so now I can play with you guys again. And I got the Nintendo Switch 2 for my birthday. Let's go! Big shout out to Super Mario Infinite getting that Switch 2. I'm going to scare you like you've never been scared before. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna look. I'm just gonna park my ship. I'm gonna park my ship on top of your head and teabag you as I plaster you with all my shots. Yes, Life Force is more tolerable than the previous Konami shoot 'em up games. Yes, they were definitely more. It was definitely more tolerable. But to be fair, in its own defense, both Life Force and Gradius had their own 30-man code that was still there. But the only thing about Gradius versus Life Force is that if you died, you pretty much picked up right on the spot where you were. Whereas Gradius, you pretty much started from the beginning, like every time, if not a checkpoint. I'm not going to talk about why that shit looked like it's got 3 schlongs sitting out there. Pause. Hey, yo, what's happening all? Yo, the King Dark Moon 01 coming into the chat. What's going on, brother? I'm gonna go in and just say that, y'all, King Dark Moon, just to let you guys know, that's my actual brother-in-law there. And he comes in when he has time to check out the streams. So you know he does what he does. Because if he doing what he do. And then the amazing April Honey come into the chat. How you doing, Wolfie? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Need to take a nap before your next stream. I will see you this evening. Love you more. Get that sleep in, girl, okay? I will see you later this evening. Oh, you did? Okay, I'll check it. I was having a good time, as you can see. Just finished a walk, tried out a local Chinese place, loved it. How's the gaming going? It's actually going pretty good. We just we're playing Gradius Origins. We went through all the Gradius games just for the most part. And then we just went ahead and just did Salamander II just to go in and get a feel, see what it was going to look like if you finished it on the second loop. So now we're actually going to jump in and play Salamander III. You were talking about the game and it sounded like German to me, so I didn't add anything to the conversation. Oh. Not the fact that it sounded like German, that's wild. Not the German. That's absolutely bonkers. TFH, because we're gonna put TFH, Triforce Hunter. What do you guys think? You think when I play Split Fiction, I should wear a cowboy hat? You think I should wear a cowboy hat when I play Split Fiction? Loves you too, booby boo. I'll see you later. The fact that I get a game, okay, so you actually get a game over at the end of the second playthrough. So you can't keep going loops. You can't go loops. That's crazy. So that's what happens. All right, cool. I love this intro, by the way. I love this intro. Awesome. Just so freaking awesome. Like, you can't get any more magical than that. Like how someone in the staff called themselves Chi-Chi Benita, the giant lady from the previous games. Whoa, you know what? Since I haven't played those, I would have not caught that. But that's actually interesting. Intro rocking the dragon, yes, absolutely rocking the dragon. Actually, it's the salamander, but yes. All right, guys, this is what you guys have been waiting for. We're gonna go in and play Salamander III. I've been waiting for this for a while, so we're gonna see how well this is gonna be. Hold on, I need to go in and put my other headphones in. I'm probably not gonna say anything during this playthrough. I'm probably just gonna mute myself, just so that way we all can enjoy the music and the sound effects stuff. When I get past the first stage, we'll talk about it, and then I think we're going to go ahead and end the stream, guys. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get it. Dang, they could have at least added some music. Like, that was just, ugh. Ugh, okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and get it started.
change. Formation snake. Force field. Missile change destroyed them all. Vic Viper, Type L. Destroyed them all. Pick it up, speed up. Pick it up, missile. Speed up. Pick it up, laser. Missile, level 2. Pick it up for Ripple Rumble Laser. Pick it up, force multiple. Force field. Encountering Moai within tissue. Multiple. Laser, level 2. Deep firing. Multiple. Pick it up for multiple change. Formation snake. Enemy behind us. To the core. Laser. Go up.
This is banging! This is banging! This is banging! I like the first stage music. That is banging. This is banging. This is okay. Look, I can't talk. I just can't talk. Yo, for Retro Say Gaming, how's it going, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. The ad before I came in told me this did. Did you know that the United States has more than likely already had 2 gay presidents? Yikes! Whoa! I skipped and now I'm here. Yikes! That's kind of wild. Woo! That's a.
FBI, open up!
I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing. Anyways. All right, guys. Let's talk about the first stage, guys. Let's talk about first stage. Immediately upon coming in, it's like it was a literal throwback to the first stage of Salamander, like the very first one. It's like we went right back to the beginning after we destroyed everything, and it's like it's still there, and it's just like, oh my goodness, it's just crazy. So let me take my headphones out real quick because I keep hearing myself and I can't talk. So upon going into the first stage, that transition to where it looked like you were going into something, and then it's like, all right, here we are. And then the first thing I get is like, we're in the decayed first stage of the first organic stage from the original Salamander / Life Force. And that right there was already like a freaking throwback. Just the way it kind of throws itself right at you, right off the rip, was just like, whoa. So A+ on the graphics. The music, on the other hand, obviously, absolute banger. Absolute banger. And I'm going to hunt for this soundtrack. You already know. I'm going to hunt for the soundtrack. I'm going to find it, and it's gonna be on my phone. I'm gonna listen to it. Like it is what it is. Don't ask me why. It's gonna happen. Second of all the enemy placements that are in the Moy, all the original enemies that were from the original Salamander games coming forward, them making their appearances, the teeth in the first stage that used to come out at you at all given times, just sitting there either decayed that you can shoot through, or you can shoot the ones that are not fully decayed and it'll break apart. I like the aesthetic that they had with that, and it just makes the stage even more immersive when you're getting into it. And then the fact that when you get towards the latter part of the stage, the throwback to the brain actually still sitting there, like another one, just sitting there, just chilling. And it's like, whoa. Like, okay. Which, honestly, that particular brain was actually a throwback from the final boss in the original Gradius for the NES. That was what it looked like. So, them throwing it back with that just sitting in there in the background as you flew through was freaking amazing. I forgot it was them. Except for Eartheon, more of the ancient than the LRG's environment. Yeah, involvement, I got you. I'm not sure. It could be, but I don't support limited run games personally. For Retro's sake, doesn't support them either. I completely understand, but I personally, it's like, I mean, there's several other places where I can get games like that, but I personally like to get them from them. I don't mind the wait because I don't ever really get like the collector editions versions of the games. I usually just get the straight core game and just go. And the only reason why I do that is because I never know if they're actually going to come over through Amazon or Best Buy, which I discovered they had. Sometimes GameStop will get them, but I never know. Renee, thank you so much for coming through. Have an awesome rest of your afternoon. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with us. And then the final boss of the first stage, where you would expect it to come off to the right, it was just flying in from the rear. And then you had to kind of navigate your way around it. And the fact it reminisced me of the Big Core MK3 from Gradius, I believe it was the Gradius 3 that it first appeared in, where the lasers would come out and it would fire the two lasers that would bounce off that main beam, and then you would fire beams like that. The throwback to that was actually really cool that they did that. They brought that boss back and actually put a better spin on it and a much more graphical feel. So my big thumbs up to that, but mainly the music. The first stage music, to me, it was like they blended like two different songs in it. Like the actual first stage of Salamander was blended in there. Some of its melody was blended in there with like a new version of the melody kind of playing alongside it, which again, my ear holes are just like, I'm like, so yes, I will definitely be like getting that soundtrack. Just off the first impression, guys, for just playing this for the first stage and just rolling with it, this is absolutely going to be a 9 out of 10. This is going to be a 9 out of 10. The only reason why I say it is a 9 out of 10 is that even though this is on a console, they are still treating this game as if it was released in an arcade. Now, if they just said this is just straight console, we just run it, you just go, I'd be like, all right, we're 10 out of 10. But the fact that they treat it like an arcade in a sense, it still has its quirks, but kind of a takeaway, because then it's like, oh, okay, I got to put a coin in or simulate putting a coin in before I actually start the game. I love the way they put the arcade feel to it. Another thing that I do, speaking of feel, I love how the graphics and the gameplay and the controls are just as spot on as Salamander 2. So it looks like they pretty much just took everything that was great about Salamander 2 and just said, hey, we're just going to make it Salamander 3. We're going to take everything from Salamander 2, kind of put it in there, put some better music in it, put some better interactive graphics in there, and just go with it. That's my take on it. I'm going to ask you guys in the chat real quick. We're going to, let you guys go in and speak your mind, especially for those of you guys that are all about the Gradius series and the shoot 'em ups. What did you guys think? Let me know what you guys think in the chat. If you don't want to let me know in the chat, that's fine. You can always drop a comment at the bottom of the stream and just let me know what you feel about the first stage of this. And also let me know whether or not you feel like you're going to go in and spend the money and actually pick this game up. Now, if you do decide to pick this game up, let's talk about that. If you do decide to pick this game up, I think it's still currently on sale for $24.99. No, I take that back. Was it $24.99? No, it's $30. It's on sale for $34.99. The game itself is actually $39.99 for a digital copy of this game, which, again, I'm going to go on a rant and rave about that. That's really wild. $40 for a game of this caliber, and really you're getting a lot of classic games that are like pretty much a lot of these games you can actually play on the Gradius. What was that? I think it was the Gradius Anniversary Collection, whatever it was. There was another collection game they came out with right after they came out with the Anniversary Edition of Contra, and you can play some of these games already on that version of that game. But the fact that you're taking all of these Life Force and Salamander games and Gradius games and put them all in one actual concentrated game, and then adding the fact that you're coming out with a brand spanking new Salamander 3 to go along with it, is a tad disheartening, especially if you're going to pay $40 for it. And I mean, even with the sale going on, with last I looked at it yesterday was 12 hours, so I'm pretty sure it's probably over with on the eShop, and it's probably back to the original $39.99. I'm going to pull up Steam real quick and actually see it, because I have been reading articles where you can actually get Salamander 3 by itself without all the rest of this stuff. GMG has it for $28.07 at the moment if you're on PC. Right. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna go over here to the store and I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look up Salamander 3 if it has it in there. Okay, so it does not. It's not standalone. Obviously, you still have to get it with the collection, and it is on Steam going for $39.99. And though the game itself, Salamander 3, is a great selling point for you guys to buy this game, just to have all the other games that play it through there. But so far from my first impression, you don't have the NES version of Life Force. You don't have the NES version of Salamander, which both of those in their own right are actually really good. And if any of you out there actually played Life Force and then turn around and play Salamander, you know the graphical differences between the two games. And you also will notice that Salamander is actually a little bit harder to play than it is with Life Force. The difficulty is actually scaled up a little bit more on Salamander than it is in Life Force. I should know, because I actually tried to attempt to play Salamander on an NDR, and I was about pulling my hair out. But I did it, I think. No, I didn't do it. I was attempting to. Actually, I was just trying to attempt to play the game and finish it with just the default 3 men, and even then it was difficult. Like, I could play the first Life Force with the default men, I'd be cool, but Salamander, it was something about it that just made it like, holy crap, why are you being difficult? Green Man Gaming, gotcha, that's what it's called. I'm gonna check Green Man Gaming out. I'm gonna check them out. Where's my iPod case? So that is my take on that. So I mean, the price point is kind of wild. It's kind of like, honestly, it's kind of like when I found out they did the remaster of the Lunar series, both Lunar Silver Star Story as well as the second one. They were wanting $50 for that game digital, and it's like, I honestly can't justify spending $50 for a game that you just did a remaster on, and then practically the only thing that's different about it is you can do 2 different voice acting modes as well as the Japanese mode and different other little cool features and fast forwarding and all that stuff. But $50 is kind of wild, like, really. Now I would expect that game to be like $30 or even $40, but $50 for a digital game, and then everybody and their mamas is having a hard time trying to get the physical copy of that game because everybody and their mamas is buying it directly from the website that's coming out for it. It's just crazy. You have to sign up. You have to sign in to GMG to see the lower price. Wario64 says it's $28.07, but I see it for $31.99 on my end. That might be because of the fact that the pre-order price might have been that $28.07, because that's the same thing like it was in the eShop, Steam, the PlayStation Store. It was on sale for $34.99 for like a limited time, and then after that time it passed, it jumped back up to the $39.99. I mean, it was only $5 off, but I mean, still $5 off is still like, eh. This is definitely gonna be one of those games where if all you really want to do is play it for Salamander 3, I would say use your best judgment if you want to justify spending $40 just for one game that I'm pretty sure that if you sit back and play it, you're probably going to finish it like the first hour you play it, and then that's going to be it. You're probably not going to play the end of the games, and to see what the replay value is, I would use your discretion at it. Me personally buying this game at $40 because I know I like this shoot 'em up collection. It's going to be nice to actually have all these games here, especially when I get ready to come out with more content to play these other games out there. It would be a bonus for me, but for you guys just buying it just to get into the game, if you've never played the previous games before, the $40 is justified. But for a lot of y'all that've already played it, just like me, you've already been through it, you're pretty much a veteran playing these games, it's kind of like really like, it's just kind of a rip in a sense to spend $40 and you're really just getting one game that you're really going to be playing. So for thus veterans out there, I would say if you're going to get it, probably give it a little bit of time to see whether it actually goes on sale for a better price. Practically, I would recommend somewhere around the $25 to $30 range. That's what I would say would be a better price point for that. When you're getting a game, when you get a bunch of games that practically you've already played, you're pretty much consolidating them all to one console. But if you're new to the game and you want to play all those older games like it is, and then kind of experience everything all the way up to the newest game that they have, the $40 would be justified because it would be more of a bang of a buck for the newcomer than it would be for the veteran, if that makes sense. All right. With that being said, guys, I am going to go ahead and we're just going to exit out of this. Yeah, we're going to exit out of this. I'm not even going to save it. I'm just going to be like, go. I'm just, like I said, I'm kind of just taken aback that they don't have the original NES version. That's the thing that kind of gets me. They don't have any of the NES version or SNES versions of Gradius, Salamander, Life Force, Gradius 3, or even to a greater extent, not even the NES version of Gradius 2. None of those versions are in there, but everything else is in its original form. Now, if they had added, which I'm hoping that they did, but if they would have added that, just hypothetically saying, if they would have just added those 5 additions to it, I would have justified, regardless whether you're a veteran or not, I definitely would have justified the $40 on that, because that would have been, because then you get in the old school and you get in the new school. I mean, you've done it with Castlevania, you've done it with Contra. Contra, you had all the versions. You had the arcade version, you had the SNES version, you had the Sega version, you had the 2 NES versions. All of those were in there. But then you get here and it's like, where are they at? Now, I'm only going to say this at face value because maybe if I played this game or maybe earn some achievements and whatnot, maybe it might unlock it. Who knows? But ultimately, I still feel like that this should have just been there day one when you got the package. That would have justified it being $40. But if it's really just going to be all the arcade versions of the game, and then you got Salamander 3, which they did make it arcade style just to fit the aesthetic of it all, I really wouldn't justify spending $40 on it. I definitely would have wait for that bad boy to go on sale for like $30, 25 at the most, and go from there. I can see a second collection with the console versions, and heck, Gradius 4, which has an arcade game itself. Yes, I could see that. Now, if they have plans to do that, which would be amazing, that would be cool. But then at the same time, now you're paying $80 for 2 different games with 2 different collections. Why not put it all there? If you put it all there, I would even justify you charging $50 for the entire package. Like, Gradius your face off. But you're only giving me all the arcades, and then you give me a new game, which is arcade based, which is fine, is cool, but it's still highly ranked. I still gave it a 9 out of 10, not like a 3, because the game is actually really cool. But again, lack of the actual retro games that are on there and all their original states. And then the lack of actually having any other actual Gradius games out there other than just the ones they put in the series is kind of what it is. So we're going to leave it at that. Have you played the Contra DLC for Vampire Survivors? I've never played Vampire Survivors, so I can definitely say no. So Rulian says, I see all the games in their console variants and arcade revisions like they included here would be much better value. Yes, yes. But then which consoles will you include? I mean, why would you not include all of them? I mean, a lot, like I know you got like the Konami packs that only came out in Japan that had 2 different collections. You have the portable, the PlayStation Portable version, which had like several of these games already in it, Salamander 2 being one of them. And then you had a standalone of Gradius Gaiden. Then you had a standalone of Gradius 4 for the PS2. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, it was Gradius 3 and 4 on the PlayStation 2. Then, of course, Gradius 5 was a whole game by itself. So why not just, yeah, exactly, PC Engine, why not just throw them all in there? PCM and MSX, all that, why not just throw them all in there so you can experience every single version? Like from the tip, just go. Now, again, all this is just face value. If they actually do decide to do a second collection, which has been known, not saying by them, but it has been known because, you know, as some of you may know, like the Capcom Fighting Collection, they made 2 of those, which they added more stuff to the second one than they did to the first one, and actually gave it a little bit more value. I just picked up the first version of that one, and I'm gonna try to get the second one if I catch it, if it's still on sale. Nighttime Luigi, how you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Game Boy, exactly. All of those. So if they do it again, I would highly encourage them to just say, hey, go ahead and put all the PC Engine, the MSX, Game Boy, NES, SNES, put all that stuff in there and then just run with it. But again, I would love them to do a second version of this and have all that in there, but I would rather them have put all of that in there in the first place, because I know they're capable of doing it, because they've done it with Castlevania, they've done it with Contra, and I know they can go in and do it. And they practically did it with I guess it was the Gradius Anniversary Collection or the Shooting Collection, whatever they called it, but they added like Vulcan Venture, they added that in there, plus several other variants and stuff that was in it within its genre. So it can be done. I just feel like they just didn't want to go in and put all that in there, because it probably would have just been a whole big overload thing. But why not? For us veterans, shoot, yes, I would have loved that. I would have loved that greatly. All right, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. All right, guys, this has been our first look at the Let's Play Gradius Origins. I appreciate you guys coming through and hanging out with us. But give yourselves a big pat on the back for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. Said don't stop. Oh, you like that profile? You like that? You like that? Yeah, no. What I will probably, like I said, what I'm gonna probably do is I'm going to play Salamander 3. I'm gonna play Salamander 3 off stream, just so I can experience it for myself. Give you guys a chance to go in and play it, because I know a lot of y'all probably already bought this game already, just so y'all can play Salamander 3 and probably a lot of other games that are there. So I'm gonna give you guys an opportunity to do that, and I'm probably thinking before the week is over with, if not next week, hopefully depending on when I finish it, I'm gonna come through and I'm actually gonna stream a full playthrough of Salamander 3, just to go in and just like go, because I love playing this stuff. And just be on the lookout for that, guys. But like I said, we're going to be back later this evening with Split Fiction co-op with Coin Halo, which is my son. We're going to be playing that later tonight at about 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back again after that on Friday evening at 8:30 p.m. Hopefully around 7 p.m. so we can get 3 games in. We're going to be playing Mario Party Jamboree. There is no Smash Bros this weekend, and I believe there's also not going to be any Animal Crossing this Sunday. So this weekend I'm going to be off, so I may actually still do a spontaneous stream on either one of those days. But the only way you're going to know is if you slap that bell right over there and enable all notifications, and that way if you ever want to see me go live when I'm playing any particular random game, you're going to get that notification when I'm on that stream, so you guys can come back in and hang out with me at your leisure. And of course, if you don't come and hang out with me on the live streams, that's perfectly fine. You can always catch the replay and check everything out as well.
I'll take a pound of nuts.
That's a lot of nuts!
Jesus Christ.
That'll be $4, baby! You want fries with that?
That's absolutely wild. That's absolutely wild. Thank you, Profile FB, for redeeming nuts. We appreciate that. All right, guys, I am going to call it a stream here for this afternoon. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to go get a few things done. I'm going to go ahead and probably get me some pizza ordered so that way I don't have to cook. And then we can all eat and get homework and stuff done out the way. And then we're going to come back later tonight for some Split Fiction. So if you guys want to go in and check that out, you know where to do. Come back on over here. We'll be streaming it on the stream starting at 7:30 p.m. Probably going to be streaming for about around 2 hours or so, depending on how far we get. And it will be an ongoing series because it is labeled part 1. So it's going to be an ongoing thing. We might actually play it over the weekend too. But the only way you're going to know is to tune into the channel. Make sure you hit that bell. And again, if you guys like what you see and you like the content I like putting out there and you want to see more, please consider dropping the subby for this buddy right over here. And we're going to have a good time every time you guys come in. Guys, I am Triforce Hunter with Triforce Hunter Halo Gaming saying love, peace, and chicken grease. We will see you all on the next stream. Big shout out again to Magic celebrating that 9-month milestone in the Coin Hunters Guild. Really do greatly appreciate you being a member for 9 months. You guys have an awesome rest of your afternoon. Have an amazing Thursday, and we will see you all on the next stream. You guys take care, stay blessed, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Take down the competition, never boss. VR games and more. We dive into the mix. High scores.